Hey everybody, this is today's new project. This is a 2003 Toyota 4Runner. It's a two-wheel drive. Does have a lot of miles. It's got like 312,000 miles, I think. I drove it here though. I picked it up locally. Didn't have any issues running it here. The only thing that I know of it needs is a radiator. We're going to get that swapped out. I actually ordered it ahead of time because I knew I was going to be buying this vehicle and to wait on the seller to get all their stuff straight. We'll take a quick little tour around it and I'll give you kind of an idea of what we're fixing to do with it. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time on this one. It's mainly just going to be swapping that radiator out. I do actually have to change valve cover gaskets. I forgot about that. And then after that, we're just going to clean it up, stick it out front. This is going to be a cheap, quick sale. We're not trying to do too much to it. But I'll give you a little tour. It does have some paint chips and some rust starting to form. Looks like this hood may have been aftermarket painted at some point in time. I'll try to cover that up with a little bit. It may just be some regular white paint if I don't have the exact color, but it'll look better than it does now. We're not going to worry about that too much. The rest of the paint looks okay. It's a little oxidized. You can kind of see down through there. If you buff it out a little bit, it'll be more shiny. I may hit it with a polish pad. I don't know. Depends on how much extra I have to do to it before we get to that point. But the body's pretty straight. It does have a tow hitch on it. This is a two-wheel drive. It's not a four-wheel drive. It's got this 6-cylinder in it, but it does have a lot of options. It's got, we'll go back around here to the driver's side and we'll open it up, take a quick look at it. Cat's checking out the tire tread for me. Gets it locked. There we go. So as you can see, it's been rode pretty good. We're either going to change out the leather covers on the seats with some aftermarket leather covers that you can actually pull these off and replace them, or I'll just put some cheap seat covers on it, send it down the road. We're not going to spend a lot of time on it. Like I said, it's got a little DVD player in it. It's really dirty. Armrest is cracked up there. They had a dog in here and it really smells like dog. You can kind of see where it scratched the console a little bit. So I'm gonna have to clean it pretty good to get that smell out of there. Back seats are not too bad. But anyway, it just needs some cleaning. It's not too terrible. And we'll just try to get it fixed up a little bit going down the road. It does run pretty good, like I said. Here's the hood latch. Go ahead and get under here and I'll show you what it looks like. I like that professional repair. I thought I was the only one that could do that. Let's see. It does have a good battery. That's more than I can say about most cars I buy. Hood props are shot. Might pick up a set of those. It's like 20 bucks on Amazon. Like I said, it does have a valve cover gasket leak, as you can tell right there. Not a big deal. We'll go ahead and change those out. Oil filter is right there on top. That's awesome. I did pick up oil and an oil filter for it when I was in town earlier. The radiator does leak a little bit. You can smell it, and that's my head I just hit. You can smell it. It's leaking from right there. You can kind of see where it's dripping down a little bit. They've tried to put some stop leak in there. You can see it kind of crusted up around the hose there. I wish they would have just replaced it instead of doing that, but we got a new one in. We'll go ahead and get it swapped out and get those valve covers taken care of, clean all this junk up a little bit, and get her running good. Stick her out front. Stay tuned, and I'll kind of help you ride along with me on the process of changing out that radiator and changing out those valve cover gaskets, and then we'll work on detailing it a little bit. And Lily, the shop cat, had to get up here and inspect. I'm just going to go ahead and get all this out of the way, the cover, and then there's a plate on the bottom. I'll have to get down there on the bottom and unbolt it. I think it's got 12 millimeter bolts, should be 4 of them, and we'll get that out of the way. And then we'll start unhooking the fan shroud so that we can move it back a little bit to get access to get the radiator all the way out. The radiator also has transmission cooling lines, so I'll have to unhook those lines and pinch those off so we don't lose transmission fluid. They're just held on by some small clamps. And once we get that done, we should be able to I think we found our radiator leak there. You think? And then I noticed on the bottom it was bent right there too. So I'm not sure what happened to it, but definitely leaking. We're going to get that out and swap it out with a new one. So this is a continuation of this vehicle. I got started on it last week. We put a new radiator in it, and then about that time we had storms come through for a few days, and as you can see, I work outside most of the time, so it's kind of hard for me to vacuum out a vehicle when it's pouring down rain. So I'm going to go ahead and get on this one. It smells really bad. It smells like a wet dog in there. Guess I haven't unlocked it yet. There we go. So it's going to take a little while to detail this one. You can see it's pretty dirty. I had smell-o-vision, it would knock you out. Golly. Gonna open up these doors, let this thing air out a little bit. Yeah. Oh. Whew. As you can see, there's quite a bit that needs to be cleaned up in there and fix a few little things. Just got to get that smell out of there. Whew. We're going to go ahead and vacuum it first, which is not too dirty as far as vacuuming goes. And then as soon as we get done with the vacuuming, we're going to come here and shampoo everything and try to get some of that smell out of there. And also, I'm going to wipe down all that leather. I was going to replace these seats, the covers on them. You can buy replacement covers and go ahead and swap these covers out. They're about 120 bucks. I can't make my mind up whether I want to do that or go ahead and just put some cheap $30, $40 seat covers on there, call it a day. And these, I feel like I might get into a bigger can of worms if I open that up and have to deal with fixing all this stuff and breaking clips and all that good stuff, because you got to take these back panels off and take the seats out. I'm just worried about what I'm going to run into if I keep doing all that, if I dig into it further than I want to. I might just let that be a project for the next owner. I'll tell them where they can get those seat covers, and if they want to do that, they can do that themselves. You'll see me using the crevice tool here. I do use the crevice tool quite often. I do have several other attachments, but when you're getting around the seats, underneath the seats, around the consoles, around where the pedals are, and other tight spots, it's so much easier just to get that crevice tool in there. And it has such powerful suction over the other attachments that I tend to find myself using it even on flat surfaces. But I do have other attachments. And it's getting dark, so I've got the magnetic light that I got from Harbor Freight hanging from the ceiling of the car where there's metal exposed. And just trying to get some more daylight so we can get some more stuff done. I'm going to continue vacuuming here, and then we'll have to come back and shampoo the carpet when we have time. Please like and follow our channel, and stay tuned for part 2. Thank you for watching.